Tiny yellow machine.
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew and I am the host of Tiny Yellow Machine. Welcome to the very first Playdate Community Direct. I am so excited. Today we are going to have 30 plus games and apps to show from developers big and small. And with a few surprises halfway through and at the very end. If you're watching this live, check out in the description below to quickly load a fun Playdate Direct bingo card created by the wonderful dev Pizza Fuel.
Pizza time!
Play along and chat. It's going to be very hard and difficult, but it's also going to be very fun. Shout bingo in the chat if you win. Information about every game, developer, with websites, timestamps, and more will be loaded into the description below after this show airs live. If you are watching live, refresh your browser at the end to see this information. Finally, the plan is to do a new Direct every quarter. That's 4 Playdate Directs a year. Developers, if you want to be a part of the next show, start creating your next trailer now. This next Direct will air in October for games released in October and beyond. All right. Let's get the show started. I'll check in with everyone at halftime. Enjoy.
Welcome to Upton Snogsbury, a charming English village where life is slow and peaceful. But today, something quite unusual is happening. You see, in Upton Snogsbury, it's perfectly normal for dogs to grow on trees. That's right, you heard me correctly. Dogs on trees. It's a magical phenomenon that has been a part of this village's folklore for as long as anyone can remember. And yet no one quite knows why it happens or how it came to be. This little square-bodied pup is about to set out on an adventure, thanks to you, dear player. Let's call him Cranky, shall we? So grab your controller, steel your nerves, and get ready for the park-tastic adventure in Upton Snogsbury, where danger lurks around every corner and the fate of the village rests in your hands.
Sometimes you feel it. Sometimes you gotta bounce. What is this thing? What is this? The world does care. There's something missing. The world does care about you. Send message to the world. Send a text message. The world is your friend. You need some help. Everybody needs help. Sometimes you feel it. Sometimes you gotta bounce. You gotta bounce. You gotta bounce. You gotta bounce. Gotta bounce. You gotta bounce. Gotta bounce. You gotta bounce.
Art and More is a screen-based, open-world art gallery for Playdate Catalog. Check the Pulp section. There's just so much more. Art, theater, arcade games, fishing, collectibles, conversation, and most of all, exploration. Now for more announcements. Art and More is releasing today, July 6th on HIO, and we're working on version 1.5, with upgrades to Laser Shark, Heaven, and the all-new Gamble Shooter Slot Machine Gun. Additionally, enhancements to fishing make it easier than ever to fill out the Zanya Aquarium. But, is there more art? The answer is yes. We're announcing and releasing today the first of an ongoing series of free, standalone art exhibits. There will be a minimum of 3 releases for July, August, and September, with more possible. These will live on both the Art End, as well as the Art 7 itch pages, and will be free to download for anyone. And because the series is just so big, we're putting out a new guidebook for the entire art series with tips and tricks for getting around, pro tips to get high scores in the arcade, and a deep dive into the new Artoween speedrun mode. Also, keep an eye out for more Ledbetter game concepts come to life, such as Dogno's further chapters, Bubble, and perhaps an online Czech tournament with Playdate grip prizes? How cool is that? July 7th marks the anniversary of our first gallery release. And for those of you that have made this past year so special, we thank you. For anyone that has not yet passed through our gallery doors, we welcome you to come in, check out some art, and uncover some secrets. I'm Dog, kNOwSE PSI. When we last left off, I was bleeding out, betrayed by Mrs. Kitty Kitty, beguiling though she was. Now I'm back on my paws and nose to the ground, following the scents and the senses, tracking the trail she left behind. Mrs. Kitty Kitty might have a sharp scratch, but she doesn't know just how hard I can bite. Then again, I doubt it starts and ends with her. It so rarely does. I don't know how deep this hole goes, but anyone who knows me knows I'm the dog to dig it. kNOwSE further chapters coming soon.
The beach. That paradise awaited year after year that promises sun, sea, and relaxation. That long-awaited paradise for some may be hell for others. This holiday, don't worry about forgetting your sunscreen, taking the poodle for a walk, or enjoying the waves with muscular surfers. It's hot, hot, hot. A game sweating it out in search of self-improvement and longed-for independence. Hot, hot, hot! Coming soon, this very summer.
All right, hello again, everyone. We have now reached the halfway point of the Direct, and we are still saving some of the best games for last. But first, let's say hi to a familiar face.
Those trailers look so amazing. I can't believe the sheer amount of cool things people are making for Playdate. It's just incredible. Hey everyone, I'm Krista from Panic. First, thank you so much to Andrew and Tiny Yellow Machine for inviting me on. I'm super happy to be a part of this Direct. And thank you, too. If you're watching this, it means you're a part of this really amazing community, and we at Panic just appreciate you all so much. Now, as far as Playdate news goes, you might have heard that we're finally shipping Group 4. I won't get into it all here, but there were some weird production issues and changes, and it was a whole thing. But a lot of people who have been waiting and waiting are finally getting their Playdates in the mail. We're super glad to be back on track to finish this group and start shipping to Group 5 as well, hopefully without further delay. Thanks as always for your patience. Now, obviously, as we've already seen today, there are just so many cool Playdate games out there from all kinds of folks. There really is something for everyone, and I love that you can get Playdate games from anywhere and sideload them super easily. And of course, Catalog, our on-device store, features games that we think you're going to love. In fact, we just dropped a new batch yesterday, including DYG, which makes somewhat morbid use of the crank and has been described as a masterful game essay about life and death. And then there's Bomber Panda, which was one of the first Playdate games on Itch. It's an action puzzle game where you save your species from extinction by blowing stuff up. Plus, 3 other games just dropped yesterday, and there are a ton more to discover on Catalog, as well as on Itch and other sites, and I think we're about to see a few more trailers for some awesome upcoming games. So I'll turn it back over to Andrew now, but it's great to see you, and thanks again.
Yes, thank you so much, Krista. It's so wonderful to see you and to have you be a part of this Direct. It's also been so wonderful to see Catalog in action, and I know we are all so happy to have Aqua alerts in our lives now. Okay, she said back to more trailers, but I can't let this Direct move forward without one of Playdate's most important and legendary partnerships.
Si ocurre algún problema, no temas que enseguida las hermanas Santos aparecerán para salvar el día. Hey, han varias lanas, son dos hermanas, tan calientes que te matan con su encanto. Y los villanos, hagan lo que hagan, no son rivales para la hermana Santos. El mal con su magia.
Okay, that's much better. Always a pleasure, Santos Sisters. The show can continue on now, and we've been saving some of the best games for last. But first, let's start off the second half with something I've been incredibly interested about and have been dying to see more of. Let's get a brand new demo of the Playdate Camera by Tom Granger.
Hi everyone, I'm Tom. Today I'm not gonna talk about a game, I'm gonna talk about a thing which I made. It's called the Playdate Camera. It's a piece of hardware and software that basically turn it into a little digital camera with a 1-bit color depth. So yeah, it acts as a case for transport, and then after that you can plug this cable here, wake it up, and you have this lovely USB-C charger, which is new, and when you turn it on, you have a charge indicator at the bottom here. Now if I run the companion app, you can see the new stuff. So we have a camera roll now, and we have proper detection of the camera module. So if I press A and I'm in the camera mode, I can take pictures by pressing A, and I can change the settings like dithering type, and there's a selfie mode which mirrors the image, because you can unplug, not unplug, but like remove the Playdate from the dock and swap it this way. Oh, and you can also see me here. So let's put it back. There is one more thing that I added, which is the, I don't know if you can see, video mode. If I turn this on, there's a little bar at the top that says crank to record video. So let's do this. And if you keep turning the crank, you can see like the memory filling up as I keep turning. And it's gonna record the images as long as I keep turning. And if I stop, it goes into like processing mode, creates an animated GIF file, and boom, done. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little presentation, and I'm announcing that I'm putting everything on GitHub. So like schematics, the PCB, the 3D files, the app, obviously, the source code, everything on GitHub by the time this video airs. So right now, hope to see more Playdate cameras in the wild. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Hey, I'm Alistair Lowe from Low Tech Games, creator of Flea and Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, and we've teamed up with retro game YouTuber John Riggs for our next project. The Tapeworm team is returning, with Valdir on his coding wizardry, and Tuyo will be back with another banging 8-bit soundtrack. Now over to John, who does appreciate puns just as much as I do.
How are you feeling? You got John Riggs here. Choo Choo Mimic is a puzzle game where you play as a crafty mimic as you build these routes and paths for these unsuspecting knights, leading them to their doom. Now, there are a few different knight types that behave differently, so you'll be able to combine their abilities to complete these stages. I've had a blast working with the team on this game. We think you're going to love it. And come on, the game's called Choo Choo Mimic. Choo Choo Mimic, like a mimic, is chewing, and Choo Choo, like, well, I mean, you know.
This tale of four wenches who live by the sea, whose lives with the captain are not meant to be. At dawn they all left him with sweet memories. By morning he found out and was not displeased. There was Maddie so gentle, the first of the four. For all those in need there was her open door. Tori so strong with a heart made of gold. Her gym it was empty but she stayed as bold. And a yo-ho-ho and a yo-ho-ho, it's a pirate's life for me. 'Cause life's too short, we head to port and sail the open sea. And a yo-ho-ho and a yo-ho-ho, it's a pirate's life for me. 'Cause life's too short, we head to port and sail the open sea. Taking care of the island was Shauna and her plan. She had all the ideas but just needed some hands. And last there was Grace, captive or lover. What will she choose? A new life to discover. A little ghosty was called for to see how this ends. Will you side with the captain or these four new friends? Their lives and their purpose have been overlooked. Will you leave them still struggling or at last all unhooked?
Hello, I'm Nanobot567, and this is CS16 for Playdate. CS16 is a feature-rich synthesizer. It has 16 tracks, a sequencer that can have up to 128 steps, and a relatively quick workflow. In CS16, you have access to most features that would be included with the synthesizer, such as a waveform generator for simple sounds, an envelope editor, and volume controls. Like most synthesizers nowadays, CS16 has a sampler. You can either record your samples on device using the microphone, or you can import sounds from your computer. Then you can use them as is or trim the sound down to suit your needs. Here are some example songs that I wrote, to give you an idea of what it is capable of. So when and where can you get CS16, and how much will it cost? CS16 is available right now for free on itch.io. If you're interested in the inner workings of this app, or you'd like to see my subpar code, the source is also available on GitHub. Thank you for watching.
Hold it! Objection!
A pulp game.
Welcome aboard Playdate Air, your non-stop cranking airline. This is your captain speaking, letting you know the weather is clear and sunny, a balmy 90 degrees Fahrenheit. The cabin crew will be by in 45 minutes to offer you a light snack and beverage. In the meantime, fasten your seatbelts, sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Next stop, fun in the sun.
All right, everybody, I'm sorry to say that is all the trailers we have for today, but what an amazing first direct. Please like and subscribe if you want me to keep doing these or if you want notifications for the next directs. It really helps me out. Also, feel free to reach out in the comments for anything. All of the info on today's games will be updated in the description. Developers, start working on your next trailer now for October. Thank you so much, everyone. Group 5, we can't wait to have you with us. See you all at the next one.